So today we're clearing out the attic to make sure that none of that junk that's up there falls through the ceiling. The attic is the last room to clear in the old station. There's loads of junk up there, which is why we've been putting it off. On the weekend, the ceiling underneath all the junk fell down due to a water leak. So it's now a priority to move the junk in the attic before it comes through the ceiling. Before we were able to start clearing, some more of the ceiling came down and a couple of pieces of junk from the attic with it. Let's take a look at what's resting on that ceiling. All of this junk is directly above that piece of ceiling that's fallen in. These bookcases, chairs, DVDs, and even an old Christmas tree has just been shoved in here directly on top of the ceiling. They've been here for years, and even without the ceiling getting wet, I really don't know how they haven't come through before. The black water tank you can see here overflowed because the overflow pipe froze in the cold weather. The water dripped down onto the ceiling of the room below, causing some of the ceiling to collapse. This is what it looked like just after it happened. You can see these boards are really wet. These are the boards we'd normally stand on to get to the water tanks. If we look past where this bookcase and chair are resting, you can see right downstairs. There's also electrical wires running across the ceiling and hanging down where the ceiling's fallen. We didn't have any power for a while when this happened because you really don't know in old buildings what's connected to what. But we have now managed to isolate this part of the old station, so we have got power elsewhere. So we've hooked up some lights and it's time to start clearing this mess. A good pair of trainers? I wonder if they're worth anything. This was a real solid piece of wood. Not sure what it was used for, but Gil could barely lift it. We did manage to get it down the stairs, and yes, I absolutely did help with that. Gil's throwing things down the stairs and I'm clearing them up and taking them outside, ready to get rid of them. The easiest way to get some of the lighter wooden items from upstairs to downstairs was to throw them out the window. The item Gil's just picked up is pretty cool. I'll show you more later. Gil's trying to make sure these bookcases don't fall through the ceiling while he's moving them. Some things did purposely go through the ceiling because that was the easiest way to get them out of here. Clearing the last few bits. Unfortunately, nobody ever used that duster in the entire station. Ah, just what we need, pipe insulation. Pity they didn't use that on the actual pipes. That was a close one, that drawer nearly went through the ceiling. It's just a bit too heavy to drop down there. Gil decided it was time to throw things through the ceiling. That plastic container was still full of water. And that drawer we've kept because it's the missing drawer from the Victorian chest of drawers which is on the other side of the attic. We're done. It's pretty clear in here now. We spent some more time getting the stuff downstairs. This is what downstairs looks like now. There's loads of junk to clear, but at least we know nothing else is going to fall down from the attic. And here's the attic, nice and clear without those bookcases and heavy objects resting on the ceiling. You can also see those beautiful Victorian railway windows a lot more clearly. I can't wait to restore these. We found a lot of junk when clearing the attic, enough to fill a skip, but we also found some cool stuff. We found the missing drawer from the Victorian bookcase, and we found this. I believe it's the top of a newel post, but I don't know if it would have been original to the station. It looks old enough to be original, but I'm not quite sure where it would have been. If anybody's got any insight, we would love to hear it. On the top are the numbers 25566 carved into the wood. It could have been on a staircase, I guess, but it seems rather large, given that the station was probably a single floor with an attic. On one side there are 4 holes, 2 large and 2 small, for fixing it in place. And a slot for whatever it used to sit on top of. This was definitely our best find in this side of the attic anyway.
If I look up through this hole, we should now be able to see right up to the roof, which will give us a good idea of how high it is. Oh wow. I'm trying not to stand directly under it, just in case. That is beautiful looking at from here. Seeing that big beam. Wow. That's really incredible. And that ceiling looks so high. We have had loads of people commenting that we should open up this room right up to the ceiling above so we can see the beams and everything, and looking up through there, that's a definite possibility. That just looks amazing. That would be so incredible if we opened up the entire room so it was just full height right up to the roof. It would look amazing. So the attic is now clear apart from one chest of drawers, which we believe is an original Victorian chest of drawers, which is way over the other side of the attic and not in danger of falling through the ceiling. So the attic's now clear, which was the last room to clear on the inside of the station, apart from the kitchen cabinets, which means clearance-wise, we're pretty much done in there. We have loads more junk. We've already filled a skip, but we're going to need to take lots more to the dump and sort out all the wood that we can reuse. Subscribe to us at the Old Station Renovation to see our journey.